Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to your October 2016 tarot reading. I'm Celtic Gaia Tarot, and welcome to my channel. You seem to have so many major arcana, Sagittarius. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, so more than half your cards are major arcana, which always points to a very big life cycle. And where quite a lot of it is out your control, so there's quite an awful lot of big karmic patterns, rebirths and changes basically happening for you this month. And so yes, very interesting reading. So let's take a look at the cards you pulled. This is you at the moment, and you pulled the Moon card. And there's a sense right at this moment, Sagittarius, that you're a bit uncertain of quite a few different things in your life. There's the Moon always sort of points to the unseen. It's, you know, that sort of sense of not sure of the way forward. It's also a very, very intuitive card. It's a card about trusting your deeper feelings. But there's definitely a sense this month, Sagittarius, of it you being quite dreamy, being quite connected to your depth, and just a bit vague and hazy about some of the possible ways forward in the future. Not completely, but it's definitely there all month, that little bit of sense of not having complete clarity over a few things in your life. And that's okay. Just be mindful of any vague fears that might arise. They tend to be not that real. It's just too dark. Sometimes the Moon can represent nighttime. So they can represent the fears, that sense of not knowing what lies ahead. My advice for the Moon card is always to go within, to reflect, meditate, connect with your depths, and basically enjoy your process. I always love the Moon card, but I know when I'm feeling fearful, it's to sort of not go down that road. Your challenge card is judgment card as a challenge, and judgment is the end of a big karmic cycle and the beginning of a new one. And there seems to be a sense, Sagittarius, of you having loads of change and breakthroughs. You've got the Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Wands, but still a little bit sense of a tiny bit of a sense of frustration, and I know that's been your theme all month. So I think as a challenge card, it's sort of what it points to is, yes, there's loads of change, loads of new growth happening here, but there's still a tiny bit of stuck energy and a tiny a tiny sense of feeling blocked. So I think that's what this means in your challenge card, that this rebirth is happening, but there's still lingering energies going on about feeling a bit stuck and blocked, and that's going to have to be accepted, really. You start October with the Devil card, which points to me to that sense of still feeling a bit blocked, a bit held back, a bit enchained. For some, this could represent a real and active addiction, which would make sense with the Judgment card, actually, for you Sagittarius who are trying to break through an addiction. I mean, it's a very positive outlook for you to try to break through an addiction, actually. But there's always a little bit of a battle, isn't there? There's that sort of battle that plays out as we try and make changes in our life, and there's definitely a sense of that little bit of a battle, of feeling a bit stuck, oppressed, held down. But this sort of passes out pretty quickly and we move on to the sun energy. So whatever has been holding you back, making you feel held down, is going to change pretty quickly into the sun, you know, the star that gives the whole planet light. This is a very positive omen of change and new energy coming through for you, Sagittarius, and it's, you know, it's absolutely wonderful. At the root of the matter, you've got the Page of Swords, and this could be some of you receiving messages, you know, going back and forward, messaging someone. But also, my deeper feeling is for many of you, many of you feeling frustrated, feeling impatient, maybe feeling impatient around this Devil card, and, you know, feeling that tiny little bit blocked about going forward in your life. I'll come back to it as the reading goes on. At the top of the deck, this is your conscious mind. You've got the Three of Discs. So many of you are focusing on a creative project, a work project. It could be building a house. It could be anything to do with practical matters. That seems to be where the Sagittarius attention's going this sort of month. So yeah, this is a nice card. It's very solid, it's very earthy, it sort of leads to very tangible, straightforward results that you can see, not like the Moon card, which is much more vague and sort of dreamy. You're focusing on very practical matters this month as well. Your additional guidance card is Ace of Wands, and this speaks to me of you taking life into your own hands, Sagittarius, actually, to tell you the truth. Breaking those chains of the devil for some of you. Taking your life force, moving forward with it. The aces are also gifts, and as your additional guidance card, this is saying to me, use the energy of this new birth and the sun to move your life forward continually in the direction that you want it to go. I mean, this is to me a very Sagittarius card. So it sort of speaks to me of grabbing your energy and moving forward in the direction you want it to go. So even though there might be a bit of impatience here, a tiny bit of feeling blocked, as October moves, the whole energies are moving pretty rapidly. So I'm really liking it. In your environment card, this could be at home, it could be work, it could be, yeah, basically it tends to come up home, at work, groups of friends, that sort of thing. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. And again, this speaks of an upturn in events in your environment. Some could be definitely moving house, relocating. For some, this could just be, you know, a whole new job. But the Wheel of Fortune is out of your control. So it means it's going to turn when it's going to turn, basically. You're not going to get to control this process. And I think that's a bit of a lesson of this impatience that's going on down here, that you're not in charge of when the wheel is going to turn on your behalf, Sagittarius. All you can do is pick up that banner, let go as much as you can, enjoy the sun, but you're not in control of when this wheel is going to turn in your life. So yes, your hopes and fears are the King of Cups. That's quite an interesting card to have in the hopes and fears. The King of Cups is, for some people, this could be an older man or woman, one of the water signs. So some of you could be fearing contact with this person. Or, alternatively, For some Sagittarius, it could be there's a fear of an emotional commitment that might be calling you. So you're fearing committing to someone. You're fearing the emotional responsibility that comes with that. I don't know, and I'm not sure why I'm seeing that. That just seems to be what's coming through for me. That there's a bit of a sense of being bonded to someone, which would maybe make sense of the devil. So this fear of commitment and might be very relevant for a few Sagittarius, really. But not for all. And some, this could be nervous about having to make contact with this king and whoever they represent in your life. Your outcome is the Six of Discs, and I love the Six of Discs. The Six of Discs is just this mutual exchange of energy. For some it is to do with finances, so you could be helping someone out financially, they could be helping you out financially. It's not always about money, the Six of Discs though. The Six of Discs is about having one of those very straightforward and equal exchanges with another person. So it could be anything, it just could just be a really good conversation that needs to be had with someone. That's easily what this card could represent. But as a sense of, for some Sagittarius, you need to, for some of you could be nervous about having this exchange, this conversation that needs to be had. I wouldn't be though, because there's a sense of very earthy element to that card. So there's a sense of it being a very straightforward exchange between two equal adults. Yeah, these chains of the devil have to be broken, Sagittarius, and whatever that means to you. And I keep seeing this devil with the King of Cups, and I think maybe some of you are feeling, if this is about a relationship, that it's going to be bondage and it's too much for you to deal with. But that's only for some, and some could just be feeling blocked and fed up and wanting to move. It's going to move. I think your challenge is about being patient, but still going forward, but realising so much of it is out of your control. Your final outcome, I pull a card so I get a major arcana, and you've got the High Priestess, which is spending some time, how I'm seeing this is spending some time within, Sagittarius. Spending some time in reflection, sort of meditation really. I've got a feeling there's some decisions that have to be made for you this month. And you need to find that stillness to find these answers, because your additional guidance card is here and now. It's about that being present. So not going over all the old scripts of the past and worrying about the future. Well, there's not many worry cards here, actually, but being in the present, trying to feel, trying to decide what is your way forward, particularly with the Moon, the High Priestess, and the Here and Now. It's really, really quite evident, even though you've got a very action-packed month, Sagittarius. Quite a lot of this reading is about you contacting your depths and your sense of connection and being present with that, so you can find more clarity and find the way forward that suits you best. Okay, Sagittarius, I'll post the love readings in the next day or two, so try and look out for them, and I wish you well. Bye.